And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, in today's video we've got quite a few bits and pieces to discuss. Of course, we're going to be going through the January transfer plan, as it does look like Liverpool may try and hijack Manchester United once again. We're also going to be going through a bit with regards to our next game and our opposition, whilst also providing you a bit of an injury update with regards to a player. So yeah, quite a few bits and pieces to discuss. Of course, Liverpool fans still probably buzzing, jumping into work this Monday, of course, as Liverpool won the derby at the weekend 2-0 thanks to Mo Salah. And yeah, just the smile is still on my face. It was not the best performance in the world, but of course getting 3 points and being on the top of the table for a short period of time, but just goes to show we're there or thereabouts with regards to the chasing pack and trying to compete for this season's title, which makes me seriously happy. And I just can't wait for the next game to roll around. They are coming thick and fast. Of course, our next opposition being Toulouse out in France. And basically, yes, well, they're currently having an interesting season so far. I mean, they're not necessarily lighting up the league in Ligue 1. However, of course, they are drawing yet again and currently sitting 10th place. They did draw once again at the weekend as they drew with Reims. And as I said, it does leave them currently in 10th in the table. Their current form is very interesting, actually, to be perfectly honest with you. It's kind of traffic light formation. They drew their last 2 games. They did beat Lask in the Europa League. In match day 2. They also then won against Toulouse, so they did have a win, but then lost to Lens, and then they drew to Union Saint-Gilles, drew to Marseille, drew to Clermont Foot, and then lost to Strasbourg. But did drew to PSG as well. So yeah, very, very inconsistent season so far. Do like a draw in them, but certainly not an opposition that we should be losing to this Thursday. A team that I do expect Jurgen Klopp to rotate for a little bit, bring in some other players. But again, I do expect us to have a fairly decent side playing, and as I said, 3 points is a must as we look to try and blitz this group, get a 100% record, qualify as first place, and park Europe up until March as we go into the last 16 of the competition. So yeah, that game's coming up very, very soon. We will do a proper preview, if you like, later on this week. But yeah, just wanted to discuss them from the weekend as they drew and are currently 10th in Ligue 1. Now, going into other Liverpool news, of course, Kae Gordon, remember the name, of course, a couple of seasons back. He was the sort of next big thing within the Liverpool camp, of course, but injuries sort of plagued him and, you know, things haven't really worked out for him. He did make a return at the start of the season before receiving yet another setback. But he has made yet another return and was a part of Liverpool's under-21 teams as Liverpool under-21s drew with Benfica under-21s. But as I said, did return back. And also a manager, or the under-21s manager, hinted that he could possibly make an appearance or make the bench for the game in the Europa League against Toulouse. So yeah, fair play to KD. Hopefully the injuries are behind him. As I said, he has got quite a high ceiling, or did have a high ceiling. Still very, very young, remember, but was the next big thing to break in at Liverpool. But some fairly decent news on his front as he did return back to action with the under-21s. So yeah, as I said, hopefully injuries are behind him, but of course, yeah, he needs to be playing. He'll probably stay down over the under-21s and maybe make appearances here and there in the Europa League. We'll just have to see on that front. Now, January transfer window. Yes, I know we're at the end of October, but it's going to start coming very, very quickly. And one thing for certain is I do think Liverpool are going to be making additions this January. Again, we're not really a club that make mass amounts of changes within January transfer window. And after a fairly decent summer, we have got we haven't got an awful lot to do, but one thing is for certain is we do need a new left-sided centre-back. We've been saying it for ages, and in fact, basically sources have revealed that we are going to be having a big defensive overhaul this summer. However, reports are stating we could be dipping into the transfer market to make at least 2 additions this winter. One being for Andre. Andre has been well documented. We've talked about Andre a ton of times. That does look like it's going to be happening in January. That will probably be the negotiation negotiations kind of ongoing or a bit closer to the time. It's someone that we are going in for. It's someone that we are very much interested in. However, with regards to the sort of defensive side of things, apparently reports are stating that Liverpool have sent out scouts on numerous occasions this season to monitor, of course, Sporting Lisbon defender Goncalo Inacio. I can't never get his pronunciation right, who is also a massive transfer target for Manchester United. Reports, as I said, stating that Liverpool have sent scouts out multiple times this season so far, and is a player that does remain high on maybe the potential wish list. Him and Nkape, of course, as well. Nkape is a player that we've been talking about a lot on the channel as well. And with HIJACK, of course, he plays within Germany. We could be making a move into that area also. But of course, Nkape is another transfer target or someone on the wish list of Manchester United also. So there could be these two options that we can just make Manchester United cry again. It's always good fun. Remember, Ryan Gravenberch was going to be signing for Manchester United. Dominic Szoboszlai was going to be signing for Manchester United this summer, and to sort of hijack them away from them as well. It's just always good to just get one over your rival. But one thing remains certain, according to sources, is that the club will be making 2 additions this January transfer window, and for a change we will actually dip into the market. As I said, we aren't the finished article by any means, and certainly should be putting our feet up. The fact that we've had a good start to the season, there is still things that we do need to amend, and Andre certainly would be a great signing for the now, but one certainly for the future as well. But definitely a left-sided centre-back, and Nkape and Goncalo Inacio, that certainly look like 2 additions that would make us better going forward for the here and now and for the future also. So certainly watch this space, but it does look like our transfer plan has been revealed. I did state in a previous video a couple of weeks back that James Pearce and from The Athletic, they state that Liverpool will be having a bit of a defensive overhaul like the one they had with the midfield this summer, basically next summer, but he also didn't rule out that we would be making additions in the January transfer market. And as I said, Andre does look like one, and of course Nkape or Goncalo Inacio, one of those could be joining. So yeah, we could be in for an interesting winter. We'll certainly have to watch this space indeed. But Liverpool fans, do let me know your thoughts on the January transfer window. How many additions do you think we realistically need to make if we want to compete for the title and compete for trophies? As I said, I do think we are certainly a centre-back away, but what's your opinions on it? What are your thoughts on it? Out of Inacio and out of Nkape, who would you choose out of the 2? And is Andre someone that makes you excited? Yes or no? As I said, let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash the old like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.